Last season we all know. You understand? He scored so many goals for them. He extended his deal, and then he's in this situation. And I'm like, we all sitting there. It's not like we I don't hear the guys stay against him because he's a very talented player. You understand? He's the one that should lead the line in the sense of like being in charge, being kind of like I call it the captain without the armband.
That's an interesting one. So for the first sort of 2 months of the season when Rashford wasn't playing well, he wasn't saying that he was out of form, but now he is out of form and he's going to have to fight his way back into the team. But how do you sort of like, in my mind, unless Stevie tells me otherwise, how do you win your place back in the team when you're out of it? When you're seeing that someone else is playing well in that position?
Marcus Rashford, the man who just inked the highest paid deal with Manchester United, is now on the brink of being dumped. Yeah, you heard it right. So what exactly is happening within the club? Well, let's see. Alright, so let's rewind the clock back to 2016 when a fresh-faced Rashford burst onto the scene with a Europa League double, leaving us all scratching our heads and asking, who's this kid? Despite the summer contract bonanza that saw Rashford become the top earner, there were whispers in the football corridors that Man United might just be ready to hit the eject button on our boy Wonder. Crazy, right? From the highs of a lucrative contract to the potential lows of an unexpected exit, and we're about to dissect the highs, lows, and the drama that unfolds in between. But let's start from the beginning. The emergence of Marcus Rashford. It's February 25th, 2016, and an 18-year-old Rashford is unexpectedly thrown in a Manchester United starting lineup for a crucial Europa League knockout tie against FC Midtjylland. Talk about a game changer. He not only seizes the opportunity, but nets a second half brace, helping United sail through. That's the stuff legends are made of, and Rashford was just getting started. In the 4.5 years since that fateful night, the English forward has gone from strength to strength, refining his all-around game, transforming into a physically imposing threat, and increasing his goal tally year after year. The kid from South Manchester, born on October 31st, 1997, started his football journey at grassroots level, playing with Fletcher Moss Rangers at the age of 5. Little did anyone know that this youngster possessed a powerful shot, catching the eye of many, including Wes Brown, Danny Welbeck, and Jesse Lingard, who passed through the same ranks. At 18, Rashford found himself thrust into the limelight again, this time on the Premier League stage. Scoring twice in his debut against Arsenal and catching the winner in his first Manchester derby, he became an overnight sensation. The 2015-2016 season ended with him starting in most games, helping United lift the FA Cup, their first silverware in 3 years. The boy from the Fletcher Moss Rangers has become the poster boy from the post-Ferguson era, embodying the hopes of a resurgence at Old Trafford. But here's the twist. Success didn't change Rashford. He remained mature beyond his years, intelligent, and eager to learn from older teammates. Even under the notorious Jose Mourinho, who wasn't exactly known for trusting young players, Rashford thrived. Mourinho handed him 105 appearances in his 2 full seasons as manager, more than any other outfield player. The Portuguese maestro held Rashford in high regard, praising his character and work ethic. However, success comes with its challenges. Under Mourinho's tactics, Rashford faced moments of isolation, but he credits that period for making him a better player. It was a tough period, but that shaped his resilience. Enter Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and the shackles were off. Before the Premier League was suspended in March of 2020, Rashford had already posted his best ever goal tally despite a long-term injury, solidifying himself as United's #1 attacking threat. On his 23rd birthday, he had already achieved what most public figures dream of in a lifetime. His importance to Manchester United on the field has grown, and off the field, he embraced the responsibility that came with his platform. In an interview with the New York Times, he revealed, "I have always said that if I was ever in a position to make a difference, then I would." Now, back to the present. Erik ten Hag, Manchester United's manager, faces a dilemma. Rashford, the local lad turned global hero, is at the center of it. Last season, Rashford was indispensable, but this season, things might have taken a turn. The same player who was the backbone of United's attack is now posing a challenge to the very coach who once sanctioned bold decisions like letting Cristiano Ronaldo walk away. Unless Ten Hag decides to drop Rashford from the starting lineup, starting with the upcoming Premier League clash against Chelsea, he risks eroding his reputation as a coach who makes tough decisions. It's a conundrum for both the club and the player. Rashford is not just any player, he's the highest earner, the embodiment of United's commitment to nurturing local talent. Now Rashford is facing the scrutiny of legends like Roy Keane and Paul Scholes. And let's not forget the sharp insights from Alan Shearer and Jamie Carragher. The recent 1-0 loss to Newcastle didn't just sting, it unleashed a storm of criticism. So what's the deal? Ten Hag seems to be at a crossroads. Rashford's performance in that game was, to put it mildly, dismal. The former Golden Boy, whose goals once flowed like a river, is now experiencing a dry spell. Even the likes of Anthony Gordon from Newcastle are stepping up, exposing Rashford's lack of industry with tenacity and hunger. Ouch. But here's the plot twist. Taking Rashford out of the starting 11 might just be the game changer. It's not about making United a better team, it's about giving the 26-year-old a chance to hit the reset button. Remember earlier last year when he equaled Dennis Viola's record and played a crucial role in United's top 4 surge? That Rashford seems to be on hiatus, and everyone's wondering how to bring him back. Ten Hag, in his coaching wisdom, has tried Rashford in every position across the front 3, but the results are far from satisfactory. There's discontent when playing central, a switch to the right hasn't exactly set the world on fire, and even a return to his favored left position hasn't sparked the magic we've seen before. It's a puzzle, and Ten Hag is running out of pieces. The recent Newcastle game was the tipping point. Rashford's lackluster attack and failure to track back prompted an early substitution, and the look on Rashford's face said it all. It's clear something needs to change, and it might need to happen sooner rather than later. Here's the coach's dilemma. If Ten Hag persists with Rashford's, it sends a message to the squad that performance isn't the only yardstick. Think about it. Raphael Varane dropped, Jadon Sancho in the doghouse for a social media outburst, and summer signing struggling for his starting spot. Rashford's lack of form can't be brushed aside forever. I mean, let's talk numbers. Since the start of the 2021 through 2022 season, Rashford had netted 37 goals in 106 games for United in all competitions. Now, that might sound decent, but hold on. Mohamed Salah has doubled that tally for Liverpool, and Tottenham's son Heung-min isn't far behind. Rashford's golden run after the World Cup last season with 17 goals in 19 games seems like a distant memory in the context of his overall performance. But wait, there's more to this. Rashford's dip in form hasn't gone unnoticed by Ten Hag, who's been vocal about helping the forward find his best form. The big question lingers, what is Rashford's best? Is it a hot streak or a consistent level of excellence? Now, the whispers around Old Trafford suggest that Rashford might be just a tad too comfortable in the red of Manchester United, and perhaps a bit too indulged by a club that has seen its fair share of highs and lows. It's a situation where the powers that be might be avoiding the elephant in the room, the possibility of their star player turning into a problem child. Now, here's the real talk. Sources spill the beans that Rashford can be a bit aloof and detached around the club. I mean, picture this. Last season, on the eve of the Carabao Cup finals, he strolled in fashionably late for his social media interview. That's not the kicker. He kept his car engine running at the training ground while giving a brief chat to the reporters. Talk about making an entrance. And if you thought that was a one-time thing, Rashford's demeanor at Newcastle didn't exactly paint him in the best light. Now Ten Hag turns a blind eye to the lack of goals, the not-so-impressive performances, and Rashford's questionable body language by keeping him in the lineup, then we've got a problem. It's not just about football anymore, it's about sending the right message. If the gaffer is serious about basing the team selection on form and contribution, then his decision on Rashford this week is nothing short of a litmus test. Are we witnessing the makings of a coach who is ready to make the big calls? Or is this a glimpse of a larger issue at Old Trafford? Now, let me ask you this. Will the star player reinvent himself and prove the doubters wrong? Or are we on the brink of a seismic shift in the dynamics at Manchester United? Stay glued to your seats because this football soap opera is far from reaching its conclusion. Of course, what do you guys think? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and we'll meet in the next video. Until then, see ya.